What's going on, trainers? Welcome to another PvP video here about Pokemon Go. My name is Meta Danny. Now, I'm not a pro. I don't have access to millions of Stardust or thousands of candies, but I still do want to try grind up to come up with a really good team for the Pokemon Go Battle League. And we got a team that I'd like to share with you today. We have some battles that we did in the Great League. But before we do that, of course, let's talk a little bit about Incense Day. I hope you all had a productive Incense Day. You got yourself some shinies. I didn't get as many Scraggies as I would have wanted to, but I did get a couple of shinies. A shiny Sneasel there that you can see. I also got myself a shiny Carvanha, so that was also pretty cool. And yeah, it was overall a good time for me. But what we're going to be doing today, as we take a look at some of the battles that we got going on in the Great League, is we're going to explore the whole concept of a safe switch a little bit further. And I spoke about a safe switch in previous videos. For example, I had Munchlax as a safe switch. Now, having watched many other Pokemon Go PvP YouTubers, I think there's one safe switch Pokemon that I would love to get my hands on, and that's Deoxys Defense. I don't have one, and I really want to get one. But for now, Munchlax has served really well for me as a safe switch Pokemon, but I want to introduce a new one into the game over here today, alright? So I'm going to introduce you to another one of my safe switches that I've been grinding for the past couple of days, trying to make sure that I get a good one, and I'm now ready with it. Okay, so let me introduce to you my team first of all. So in the lead, we're going to start off with Shiftry. I think at this point, Shiftry is probably my favorite Pokemon Go Great League battler. I just love Shiftry so much, and it confuses so many people with the speed at which it gets to its charge moves, and it hits hard. But you gotta have shields and you gotta be able to know how to use it. So my Shiftry is running their Snarl, Leaf Blade, and Foul Play. And then of course, just to balance the team, I gotta make sure that I've got my Azumarill in the back running Bubble, Ice Beam, and Hydro Pump. And as a safe switch, I've just been able to introduce Vigoroth. Now, Vigoroth has been doing really well for me as a safe switch, running Counter, Body Slam, and Bulldoze, quite similar to the Munchlax that was running Lick, Body Slam, and Bulldoze. But Vigoroth hits much harder and actually gets to the Body Slams much faster as well. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's actually take a look at some of these videos that we've got in the Great League right now, and I can show you what's going on. All right, make sure that everything is on Do Not Disturb over there. All right, so we're going to get into some battles right now, and I'll try and explain some of my gameplay, especially with regards to a safe switch. So over here, we come against Sableye. This is an okay lead for us, partly because we're able to hit them with neutral using Leaf Blade, whereas most of their moves will be resist against us. Ghost moves and dark moves will be resisted, unless they're running either Return, which, by the way, is an incredible move to have on your Sableye, or they're running Power Gem. But obviously you need a purified Sableye to have Return on it. So I stay in. I'm going to make sure I shield up the first one just in case, because you never know what it is. And I'm able to throw back-to-back Leaf Blades. I take both their shields. At this point, I determined that they're going to be going Foul Plays. It won't take me out, so I'm able to throw a Leaf Blade there and still maintain a shield advantage. So I should be able... Oh, they actually switch out and lose their switch advantage. So I got shield advantage and switch advantage. That was a mistake on their part, I believe. At this point, I was deciding, should I bring in my Vigoroth? Let me just see how it goes. Because the Body Slams are resisted, but the counters are neutral. So I figured, let me see how it goes. My experience now has shown me that Vigoroth does really well if you get a little bit of a lead on energy. This scenario here is a little bit difficult because, yeah, that Skarmory over there is going to be able to take me out. But I managed to switch out to catch that Sky Attack, and they stay in, which tells me... Oh, they actually wanted to catch a charge move with their Sableye. I didn't fall for the bait over there. I throw an Ice Beam onto the Skarmory. They have no more shields, so this should take out the Skarmory after their Sky Attack, of course. And we're able to see what's in the back. We've still got a Vigoroth with some health over there, and we've got our Azumarill. I thought about going for the Hydro Pump there, but I was almost taken out by those counters. So I'm able to switch straight into a Vigoroth, which I know has some built-up energy with Body Slams, and this is going to be taking out that Toxicroak over there. So good first game. It did take a little bit of strategy to win that game, but with a little bit of energy on that Vigoroth, the Body Slams hit pretty hard. All right, we get into the next game right now. See, so the whole idea of a safe switch is you need a Pokemon that you can switch into if you're in a situation where your Pokemon in the lead is going to have a tough lead, all right? In this case, we've got a Mud Boy over there. Whiscash over there is going to struggle against the Shiftry, or any grass for that matter. So they're the ones who make the switch, and I switch immediately into Vigoroth. We're seeing something similar to what it was before with Vigoroth against Skarmory. So I build up almost all the way to a Bulldoze just so I can throw back-to-back body slams, and this is really putting pressure on their shields, of which I do manage to get a shield over there. So it looks like in this game, I will be opting for shield advantage as opposed to switch advantage, which is fine. I bring in my Azumarill. I know that their Sky attack is going to hit me, but not take too much damage from my Azumarill. And I should be able to bubble down at this point. Oh, they switch out into their own Azumarill. They're now switch locked. I'm able to throw in my Shiftry. Remember, I'm at a shield advantage. So this is pretty much game over at this point. I already had energy on my Shiftry. Back-to-back Leaf Blades. Take out that Azumarill. Easy peasy. They didn't even bother shielding because they knew what was up. And oh, by the way, they got a Whiscash in the back. The only hope that they had was that I don't shield for some reason, but why wouldn't I? I've got 2 shields. So I'm able to throw a Leaf Blade. Even if they shield it, I've got another Leaf Blade ready. So yeah, this is pretty much a good game. So my Shiftry was able to take out Azumarill and then Whiscash, and I still have a shield, and then in comes a Skarmory, and I don't even have to go for a foul play. Double resisted Leaf Blade is still going to take out this Skarmory. So, good game, swept by Shiftry in there. Can you see why Shiftry is my favorite? Vigoroth was the anchor to that team. That was the one that actually held down and made sure that things were okay and got the shield advantage. And yeah, this is why Vigoroth is such a good safe swap, yo. Alright, we're going to go up against Pesk Magikarp. Again, we're going to lead with Shiftry. We've got a pretty bad lead against this shiny Vigoroth. Because the counter moves are fighting, which is super effective against Shiftry's Dark typing. So I immediately switch into my Vigoroth. Honestly, they had the advantage because they had energy, but I was really hoping that they would switch out, which they do. And again, it's a Skarmory. Have you noticed that with my Shiftry in the lead, I've now met 3 teams with Skarmory on them? I refuse to believe that so many teams have Skarmory. And I'm not trying to say there's an algorithm. I don't believe there is, or there might be, but yo, that's just yo. Anyway, we use the same strategy since it's worked so well for us so far. Our Vigoroth is there to take health and shields, and then we switch into our Azumarill, which will be able to survive the Sky attacks that are thrown by the Skarmory. Now, we didn't manage to get a shield in this case. I'm not going to bubble down. I'm going to throw an Ice Beam. This should get a shield, and then I will shield their Sky attack in return, and then I know I'll be able to bubble down after their Sky attack. So I will have the switch advantage, and we'll be even on shields, and I have some energy, so that's pretty cool. I throw an Ice Beam straight away into this Vigoroth. I could have waited and gone into a Hydro Pump because I do resist those counters, but also I wasn't quite sure what was coming in. So in comes Shiftry. All I got to do is get to a Leaf Blade, and that's going to take out this Vigoroth. They do have a shield, but I don't imagine that they're going to... Well, they probably will want to shield their Vigoroth, to be honest. Yeah. My Shiftry manages to survive that body slam by a tiny bit, which really surprised me, I must say, because Shiftry is so glassy. And they bring in a Alolan Marowak, and I lost that game. No worries, you can't win them all. Alright, we're going to get into the next one over here, but so far this team is doing really well for me, despite the bad leads that I sometimes get. So over here, we're going to see Shiftry coming into a Hypno. This is a good lead for us, because we're going to be resisting those confusions, and meanwhile our Snarls are super effective. And yeah, they bring in their Superior. So I am going to switch into Vigoroth here, but I did want to throw a foul play real quick, which I managed to do, and then I know that Aerial Ace is not going to do much against my Vigoroth, and these counters are absolutely going to be wrecking this Superior. Superior is a Grass-type Pokemon, and it runs Aerial Ace and a Grass move. Some people run Leaf Tornado, and others run, I believe it's Grass Knot. Leaf Tornado has a chance of debuffing your Pokemon, so yeah, it was pretty cool that I threw that foul play from the Shiftry, because that made that Superior battle much easier than it would have been. And they bring in their own, they bring in the Hypno again, which is a good move because my counters are resisted against that Hypno. But look how much damage I was able to take from that Hypno with my Vigoroth. What a powerful beast Vigoroth is. Ugh. So I bring in my Shiftry. They might have Ice Punch, so I do shield up. In fact, I actually went for a Focus Blast. You don't see very many Hypnos with a Focus Blast. Mine has a Focus Blast, but that's pretty cool. Now we have an Azumarill mirror match. Yay, a fun one to watch. Theirs has Play Rough, so they'll be able to take mine out because I only have Hydro Pump. But we will still be able to do quite a bit of damage onto that Azumarill. So again, Vigoroth is doing really well for me as a safe switch. I quite enjoy it. I can't tell yet which one I like better between Vigoroth and Munchlax. They definitely both have different spaces and they both have play depending on the strategy that you want to use. Because my Vigoroth is new, I think right now I'm enjoying it more. But Munchlax is bulkier, and that lick damage also does a lot depending on the situation. So I'm not sure. I like them both. I wonder a team running both Vigoroth and Munchlax. Anyway, this game went pretty well. They actually backed out before the end of the game because they saw how it was going. We're doing well. I mean, we only had one loss so far. Here we're going up against XX Nolan Rec XX. And they're bringing in a Granbull. Now, this is tough for my Shiftry. Those charms will be doing incredible damage. I switched to my Vigoroth, even though I know that might be a tough situation, but I was thinking if I get multiple body slams on that Granbull, it will work out well. Anyway, I throw a Bulldoze because I figured they wouldn't shield, but they did. Both Bulldoze and Body Slam are resisted one time. Obviously, the ground moves being double resisted by the flying type, and then being singly super effective by the steel type, so it's only once resisted. As well as Body Slam is also once resisted, but I figured if I get one big strong move on there, I'll be able to pressure shields, but they shielded right in the beginning, which is not a problem. We do the same thing that we have been doing, which is switch in our Azumarill, and the idea is to bubble down because we know that they won't be able to take us out with their sky attacks. So we do that once again with our Azumarill. We bubble down, we have a ton of energy, they have no more shields left. We throw a Hydro Pump straight away at whatever's coming in. And it happens to be a Raichu, which, yeah, would have been tough. I quickly switch into my Shiftry, and yeah, now we're facing this Granbull. They got no shield, so I will be able to throw a Foul Play, a Leaf Blade, which does quite a bit of damage. I'm not able to get to another one, but I should be able to get to the ice. No, I'm not. Okay, there we go. We lost another one, but it was really close, and with a few differences, I'm sure I could have played better in there. Okay. So over there, we managed to get ourselves 3 wins. Yo, the Great League right now, Season 2 is tough. It's really tough. Even if you get like a really good team that does well for you in one set, like the next set, it's like you're going to get counted heavily. So, hey, I'm grateful for every win I get. I'm sitting right now in rank 8, and I can't seem to get much higher than when I just managed to get into rank 8. But we're going to keep trying. That's what we have in the video today. Vigoroth is a great safe switch. I'm going to try use it again in some other games. But I appreciate you for watching this, and if you enjoyed it, make sure you drop a like and a subscribe. This is Meta Danny signing out.